Well, welcome back to the Rat Lab, y'all. As you can tell, we're actually outside the lab at the moment. Had our first snowstorm of the season, snow and ice. I just wanted to kind of show you what it's like here in Oklahoma when we get a snow and ice storm and all the weathermen go crazy for a little while. Let me show you this. This is what we get in Oklahoma. They either make a big deal out of it and we get absolutely nothing, or they don't make a big deal about it and we actually get iced in. Snow's never really a problem here. 30 degrees this morning on January 11th. I wanted to make a shout out to my son. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Hunter. Hope you have a great day. But I think we need to go inside and paint some baits, and we'll see what happens from there. We have a special request today, so I think we're gonna paint a red craw today, and we're gonna do two variations of it and see how they come out for you. I'll be right back with you where it's a little warmer. Welcome back into the lab, y'all. So it's a little warmer in here. I'm more comfortable anyway. This crazy Oklahoma weather, you never know. Yesterday it was 62 degrees, and today the high is going to be 33. Had a little bit of ice and snow. They actually got more east of us than we got here. Somehow the bands just went over the top of us and we missed out on it. I'm not complaining. So, but today we're going to do the craw patterns. We're going to do a red craw, and we're actually going to do two different ones. So we're going to do a true red craw and then a more of a traditional pattern, which is a little different color on the top side. This comes from Set the Hook. One of our subscribers asked if we could do this. So, like I've said in other videos, if you want to see something special, let me know. We'll try to do it for you, and that's what we're doing today. We're going to do it on a lipless today. I've got a couple of them prepped up here and ready to go, so here we go. All right, here we go. These are the two we're going to paint today. Like I said, we're going to do two different colors and in a red shad pattern. So we're going to start out, we're going to shoot both of these bellies in a yellow. Like I said before, they're going to start out a lot alike, and then they're going to be a little different in the end. One, we're actually going to do a full-on wicked red on, and then one we're going to do my version of a craw color, a little pearl copper and a pearl tangerine. Sure we get everything out of the gun here. I like to leave my guns sitting with a little cleaner in them. Just kind of keep them nice and lubricated and wet. So load a little yellow up in the gun. I do not have. Let me do this real quick. I always like to paint over something here, so I'm gonna do that. This gives me a place to test that. So we're gonna shoot the belly. We're gonna shoot the throat, and then we're gonna come about up to that lateral line. And it doesn't have to be exact, because this is all going to get covered over and over again. You hear the rattles in there. They're ready to be out on the water. Angle it around that tail. Grab this other one real quick. We're going to do the same thing with it. We're going to be shooting two baits today, kind of simultaneously. Right up that lateral line. We are going to hit this a couple times. really put that yellow in there. Come back to this one, hit it again, like I said. Get that good yellow in there. Most of it, like I said, most of it will be covered up. Most of it will be covered up with the orange. But we're going to fade those colors into it. There we go. Alright. I'm going to put a quick heat set on this, clean this gun. So. Alright, those have been heat set, guns clean. Now we're going to come in with our Wicked Orange. All of these are just standard opaque colors that we're going to lay in on the traditional red pattern. When we go to the actual my crawfish colors, it'll change up a little bit. Now that right there, make sure you get those off of your paint bottles, because that will end up in your gun. Said it before, I'll say it again. That is your nemesis. That'll clog your gun up faster than anything. So we're gonna lay a little orange. For some reason, orange is always a little thicker. So we're going to grab some 4012 and a toothpick. We'll thin this out just a little bit in the gun. If you want to use mixing cups, you can. Totally up to you. I use, we'll use a mixing cup here in a little bit when I'm really trying to mix color up. But if we're just thinning it out, there it is. There's our orange. So now we're going to start laying in at about a 45-degree angle. And we're just going to lay this in. We're going to lay it in down way past that lateral line, almost plumb down to the belly. Not going to be a whole lot of yellow. It's just going to be a real slight transition. And lay it over the top. That's going to start darkening our back up for us. And do the other one. We're going to hit this a couple times too, just like we did the yellow. Start in at the top, 45-degree angle, layer in all the way down to the bottom. And I actually got a little run there, so we got our paint a little thin, laying it on a little heavy. Finally got into that thin paint. I'm going to thicken it up just a hair. We've had this discussion before. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's not always going to go perfect. So if I can show you a way to change that, we're going to do it. Yeah, this is really thin. So here we go. I'm actually going to lay a heat set on that one real quick. You don't want to hear that. I'll be right back. Alright, not going to lie to you. This turned into one ugly mess. So we're going to see if we can't fix that here real quick. See if we can't get this orange to lay down in here like we want it to. If not, we'll strip it and we'll start again. It's really that easy. Start thinning out. Start thinning out your paints. They will run on you. Alright, I'm going to put a quick heat set on this. So, somewhat corrected. I don't know that you can see the faults in it. I can. So what this tells us is this is going to be the bait that I do the custom mix on the back of, because this one right here is looking really good for just doing a standard red. I'm going to go ahead and put a heat set on it real quick. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and continue. Those have both been heat set now. I still got a little orange in the gun. I'm going to add a little more. We're not quite done with the orange. Okay, this is the first one. We're going to go ahead and I do need to shoot. I want to shoot that throat up into the gill plates. I'm going to give it one more coat down the sides. Second one. Alright, so we've been through our yellow, we've been through our orange, and now we're going to add red to the first one. This is going to be the true red craw. We'll give our wicked red a shake up here. Clean the gun out. Check for any of this nastiness that's on top of our cap here. I'm trying to get rid of that. Might take a little toothpick, just pull it up out of there, just like that. That's all it takes. Get that out of there, because if that gets down in your gun, you're going to have clogs and problems. We all saw that in the last video. Try to stay away from that. Alright, there we go. There's our red. So check my baits here. This is the one we're going to add red to. This is the one that had some defects in the orange. So we're going to start with our red. We're just going to run it down the back. And we're going to keep the gun at an angle as we run it down this bait. And it's going to basically go down that entire bait. And we're going to flip it the other way. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to blend all those colors in together. Come up here. I'm going to shoot the throat of this a little bit. I'm not going to shoot the belly. I'm going to leave the belly in the yellow. Dry a little bit. We're going to run back down it again. The way you can see these colors just kind of fade into each other. Don't want to hit it too heavy. I'm just kind of giving it a light misting. Not sure how well the camera's picking that up. Try to get you at an angle you can see. And that's about it for the moment. We'll clean our gun up. For those of you that are curious, I do mix my own airbrush cleaner. I think we've discussed this before. little non-ammonia Windex or windshield wiper cleaner washer. And half of that, half alcohol, roughly. You can add a little glycerin that you can buy at CVS or Walgreens or any place like that. Help lubricate your gun a little bit. I do have some pure, that's 91% alcohol there. I'll use it. I don't like to leave it in my gun. It's a little, I say it's a little harsher on your O-rings and stuff in your gun. However, the windshield wiper fluid is pretty much alcohol anyway. But it works really well anytime you're dealing with any water-based paint. This is not the only time I've used it. You can actually take latex house paint, and if you need to thin it to shoot it through a gun, you can use windshield wiper fluid. I know, it's crazy. I didn't believe it until I tried it. So look it up. It's there. All right. Really hard to get all the red out of the gun. We're getting there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and mix up our paint for our second one. And for it, I like to use pearl copper and pearl tangerine. And I'm going to shake these both up really, really well. So give me just a second. All right. Make sure our pearl copper shook up really well. We'll put some of that off in our cup. And then we're just going to add a couple drops, about 3 drops of the pearl tangerine in there. We've had this discussion before. Pearls are the last thing to dry and the first thing to clog up your gun. And I probably used a little bit too big of a mixing bowl here. It's okay. This is going to give us that shady pattern that many of us are used to. Put a few more drops of paint in here. That was the pearl copper. And this is totally on you. This is how you want it to look. So I'm looking at the pearl copper. Still looks really coppery. Welcome to my redneck ways. And I think it needs just a little more, 2 more drops of that pearl tangerine, just to get it where we need it. You could actually take, you can darken this up another way. Put a couple drops of Sophia in there. Sepia. Once again, it's all how you want to say it. So there's the rough color we're looking at. We're going to find out here. Make sure our gun is clean. Run one more little batch of alcohol through it. Burp it. And lay this off into our gun here. There we go. So now, this is our second one. That one's our all red. This one is the one we're going to lay. Lay this pearl down the side of it. I am going to just baste the belly with it, just real light. All we're trying to do is knock down so much of that yellow accent. I am going to hit the throat. Let that rest just a little bit. Told you we weren't going to do that with that one, so I'm not going to. Typically, I'd go ahead and take that and probably just lay down underneath it as well, as you can see on the camera, because I can see it. You can see we've got two totally different colors going there. So this would be my craw pattern. A full traditional red craw, which you see a bunch of. Not something I do a lot of, would be more of this right here. So it is what it is. Let me clean this gun out. We're going to do one more thing to both of these baits before we lay our craw pattern on. And that's what we're going to do. All right, here we go. So now we're ready to actually lay in our crawdad pattern. We are going to be doing it with Detail Sophia from Wicked. Everybody that has watched any of my other videos knows that I'm a big Russ Allen fan with Insane Custom Stencils. However, today I'm going to show you how to do it at home if you don't have anything at all. So we've just cut out a little crawdad shell pattern off a piece of cardboard, and we're going to do it with that today. Just show you something a little different. You don't have to have every trick in the book to make it work. So we're going to take this out of here. We got our helping hands in place. Put this back over here. We'll get her loaded up. Just like that. Because for this, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the little cardboard template we cut out. We're going to be laying it in here and we're going to shoot it. And then we're going to come up a little higher and shoot it again, a little higher and shoot it again. Then we're going to run off the opposite side of the pattern. So to do that, we're going to be using the Detail Sophia. I don't think you need a full-on black for this. There will be quite a few heat sets in all of this though. So, Detail Sophia. Load the gun up with it. You really don't want to pour it over the side like that. Sometimes we just get a little too excited. There we go. And there's our Detail Sophia. Just a really, really dark umber. Take our bait here. And I'm going to go right behind the gill plate. I'm actually going to shoot this on the cardboard itself and just let the overspray make that first mark. Grab just a little, and then we're going to raise it just a hair. We're going to do it again. We're going to move down the bait just a little bit. Wipe off the cardboard stencil as we need to. And do it again, a little higher. And do one more on this side. Right up here. So we're going to come out with something about like that right there. We'll tie all this together here in just a moment. Something, there we go. Whatever that was, it just knocked right off there after we got done. So we're going to come to the other side. We're going to flip our stencil the other way. This is the hard side for me because I'm left-handed. For whatever reason, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me going this way, but bend our pattern just a little bit in that direction so it just kind of lays down on our bait. We're going to come in right behind that gill. We're going to do the same thing. Start shooting on the pattern. And we're just going to lay in. A little heavy right there. I'm actually going to heat set that because it did lay in a little heavy. I don't want our pattern to smudge. So then we're going to come back just a little bit and a little bit up. Camera angles for this probably are not the best in the world either. Move up and do it again. Not like that. And one more. Yeah, right into the top of the back with this one. Okay, so air compressor kicked off. We got these kind of sharp, jagged lines here, so that's what we're going to take care of next. Still going to be done with your detail, Sophia. I'll put it back in our little helping hand here. It's the best thing ever. Get it in there. There you go. And tighten it up. Alright, now we're just going to tie all those together. Shoot a little down the back, tie the top in. And all we're trying to do is tie those top lines in. Tie these all together here. Come up underneath the chin a little bit, darken it up. Just like that. Come down this side just a little bit more. And that's what we ended up with on that one. Not gonna lie to you, not just completely happy with that. Will it catch fish? Yes, it will. Am I happy with it? No, I'm not. So here we go. Time to do bait number 2. This is the one that is more of the color that I would go with. I'm not just an extreme red kind of guy. But we're going to start laying in our pattern on this one as well. Crawfish pattern in on that side. And we're going to dry off our cardboard stencil. We'll start running down the other side. Try to get this set up where you can see it. Quick heat set on that one. Alright, and once again we're going to shoot down the back. Like that. Shoot down the side just a little bit just to tie everything in together. Tie those cheeks and into that lower lip. And there you have it. That is the colors that I prefer. All right, so there you have it. There's my two versions of the craw pattern. I'm not going to say they're the best I've ever done, but a full-on red on the right and a more of a crawfishy color on the left, in my opinion. Both of them will catch fish just as equally. So let me get these off the table and we'll finish up this video. So that is how we shoot our craw patterns. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber of the channel, please subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up, hit the bell so you can see all the future videos that we do. I truly enjoy bringing this content to you. I hope you truly like watching it. If not, let me know. Leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see. That's how this happened right here. Set the Hook told me he wanted to see a red crawdad pattern. So that's what we did today. I had no intentions of doing this video. I got it from him last night and I was like, we can do that. So once again, big shout out to my boy. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Hunter. He does all of the pouring on our soft plastics. He's been under the weather since about Christmas though, so haven't seen him yet, but you will. I promise you, mullet and all, you will see my boy here before too long. Tuesday night we have our banquet for the youth anglers here in Oklahoma City, and I have a feeling he's probably going to get a little something special that evening. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in, putting up with me and my antics and my craziness. And we're going to be shooting a bunch of baits this week, all for a custom order. I'll see if I can't clue you in to what's going on. But anyway, it's all going to be, we're going to shoot those this week. Those are all actually craw patterns too. They'll be a little different from what you saw today. Might be a time lapse, might be just a little short segment. But we're going to do a production run of those. So thank you again for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the bell. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. From Late Rack Tackle, have a good weekend.